Hey, everybody, welcome to the HireMyVA Team and Business Building Podcast, brought to you by ugozi.com.
There it is.
In this podcast and at HireMyVA, we help you to reclaim your freedom through hiring and thriving with virtual assistants without breaking the bank, which is your bank. And I'm Dave Broughton. I'm here with my partner, my fantastic business mentor and coach, and great friend, Larry Broughton. Larry, how are you?
I am awesome, handsome Dave. How are you today?
Good. I'm fresh off of a new haircut.
I saw that. I was going to mention that when we logged on here. You look very pretty.
Hey, yeah. I lost weight that way.
yeah, I know. I need to do something about that. But I need to lose weight on my gut. Man, I'm putting on poundage. It's disgusting.
Stop it.
It's
Stop
disgusting.
Stop it. Stop
hey,
it.
Dave, thanks for doing life with me, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here we
I
go.
was thinking about this last night. I was doing my gratitude journal because I've gone back to actually writing it out. I got in the habit of for a while there where I was just listing it in my head as I was, getting ready for bed and washing my face and all that kind of stuff, dim the lights a little bit and not do screen time, have decent music on as I'm trying, like, sleepy time music, trying to get my brain to rest. And I'm not used to, but I got in the habit of just not writing them out, but instead just listing it. And so a couple of days ago, I started writing it out again.
That's good.
You and our other brothers that we meet with every week were, right at the top, along with my kids. So thanks for doing life with me. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, getting together with you and our other couple of guys. And it sure was fun last week, right?
And you want to know what we're going to have tonight for dinner?
What are you
tomorrow night?
What are we having?
We're kind of fresh out of new ideas after almost a freaking year. But nachos.
All right, good. I'll take it. Yes. Yeah. For those who don't know, this is the one night a week where I'm not eating out of a box, bag, or can. Okay. The bachelor that I am, standing over my sink. It's the one meal.
All right. Are you ready for a topic? And it's not how to eat out of a box, bag, or a can, right?
What's the topic?
All right.
What's the topic?
So the question is how do I expand my influence? And we know how important that is, right? Is expanding your influence because, right, the idea that you teach is drawing people to you and not having you go out all the time.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah, the interesting thing, Dave, just recently, like we're recording this in November of 2020, and I forget how long I've been teaching this, but there's a concept that I call setting out the honeypot, Dave, and so it's like, Larry, what the hell are you talking about, setting out the honeypot? The example I use is this. If I tell you, Dave, I want you to go out and catch 3 raccoons, 2 possum, 2 dozen bees, 50 ants, go do it. It's going to take you a while to do that, right? You got to go out and catch them, onesie twosies, right?
Yeah.
But if you're smart about this, you put a big old jar of honey out in your backyard, and in short order, you're going to attract all kinds of critters.
That's right.
Right? Local dogs and cats and deer and all kinds of stuff are going to be coming to your backyard, licking and trying to get inside that honey pot. The point is that you get people attracted to you. Pretend you are the honey pot, right? There's an adage out there that says, Dave, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Right? And I kind of put another spin on that. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's not who you know. I know a lot of people. It's who knows you.
Yeah.
Who knows that you're alive? Who knows about your talents? Who knows about your successes? Who knows about the services that you're offering, right? So once you get people to know who you are and it becomes very attractive, right, then you become the honeypot. People are coming to you. And that's what this webinar teaches. It talks about, how do you expand your influence? How do you attract attention to you and your business? How do you reach more clients? How do you find more investors? How do you build your personal brand? All those things are included in this setting out the honeypot webinar that we did. And I forget, how long is it? It's pretty long. I think it's almost 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a couple of hours. Yeah, you really expanded on it. I know you've had this, and we've had this for a while, but you re-recorded it. You added a whole bunch of fresh new content in there, and that's really important stuff.
Yeah.
But the really good news is for everybody listening, it is free for you. All you have to do is go to ugozi.com/honey. Just type that in, ugozi.com/honey, and you will be able to register and grab it right there. And it includes an action guide, something for you to fill in and follow along, and we do it that way because that way you're listening and watching and writing down. So you're doing all kinds of kinetic work. If you're an audio learner, or if you're a visual learner, we try to touch all of those kind of points so that you really understand it. And as part of the action guide too, it helps you to create a plan of what you're going to do next.
Well, Dave, I think that's one of the things that does differentiate what we do from a lot of the success mentors that are out there, is we really look at the data and the studies and surveys that have been done on how do people best receive information, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows you should be writing down, have a list of goals, but something happens when you actually put pen to paper, not sitting at a keyboard. Studies have been done on this, right? Something about when you hand write out your goals, you're more likely to actually accomplish them when you write them in the right way. And obviously through both the HireMyVA program and the Victory master classes that we teach, we help people how to write their goals. But there are a few things here, maybe a few tips that are included.
Let's go through those really quick. Now, Larry, when you're talk about it, you got to be short because, like you said, this webinar is pretty long.
Yeah,
and a lot of detail.
Let's just give 3 or 4 tips.
Yeah, okay? Perfect.
Let's just give 3 or 4, and then I'm going to expand on them because I'm going to encourage you folks to go listen to this, right? And I think several years ago, I was asked in one of the TV or radio interviews, I think it might have been actually a podcast interview, now that I think about it, somebody had asked, hey, what's the biggest mistake you've made in business, right? That's a classic mistake or classic question you hear. Oftentimes, what's the biggest mistake you ever made? I think I kind of surprised the person when I said, I wish that I would have started building my personal brand sooner.
Yeah.
People start a business, Dave, and what do they immediately do? Well, obviously you build your company website, right?
But you pour all your efforts into the company, everything you have.
All right, but let's just look at this for instance. Most businesses, we all know, fail within the first couple of years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot more fail within the couple of years after that, right? So if we know that the survivability rate is pretty small of your business, and you take every ounce and energy you have building the profile of your business, and then that business goes away, what do you have left after that besides experience, which is important? You might have some new contacts. If people don't know who you are, then a lot of that energy was for naught. So I believe, and this is what we teach a lot of our clients right now, our mentees and coaching clients, is to build your personal brand at the same time. Okay. That doesn't mean that you get distracted from building your business, but part of your business ought to be your personal brand. Okay. So build your personal brand. And we get into that in a little bit more detail in the webinar.
Well, I know one of the things you just said is, say the company goes belly up, but what if the company is successful and you sell it?
That's right. That's one of the things we do talk about in the webinar.
Yeah.
People may not even know that you're the one who built that amazing company.
Yeah. So you're almost starting from scratch again.
You know who did a good job of this is Tony Hsieh from Zappos, right?
Yes.
So he was the CEO of it. Okay. He wasn't the founder of Zappos. A lot of people don't even know that. He was so good at building his brand, right? The people didn't even know that he was that he didn't found.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go, Dave.
I learned something new today.
Hang with me, Dave, and you might learn something. Just saying.
Every now and then, All right. I learned that one thing from you for the month of November. I'm good.
Check. Dave. So I think that is a key. It's one of the keys that we talk about. Do you have one that comes to mind that we talked about?
Well, I know one of the things that has been helpful for me so far is investing time into a wisdom journal.
Funny you should say that. Right here. Yep.
We both got them.
There you go. Yes, that's how valuable they are. In fact, there are a couple of our coaching clients who order a dozen of these at a time.
Yes.
Right. And they have their corporate leaders or leadership team carry these with them. All right, Dave. So what's a wisdom journal?
So a wisdom journal is just something that fits in your pocket that is, I mean, it's just a few pages, but the idea is that you carry it with you wherever you go. And whenever you notice something that is different, because wisdom comes from everybody and all around us. If you notice something, you just make a jot in your wisdom journal, or you make a little drawing. Because if you don't write it down, that thought's going to be fleeting and it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So this is just a really nice, and you can do this with your phone, of course, if you want. The nice thing about doing it in a print journal like this is that you can make a quick little drawing of something that you see.
Yep.
So, and I mean, I've got ones I date things. It's like, oh my gosh, those were great things that I learned, and I've always got them captured.
Yeah, and then keep these. Like I've got a box full of used ones of these, and from time to time I go back and just go through them. There's great ideas. One of the things that we believe, Dave, and I just want to share with everyone is that there's opportunities to learn in every interaction that you have, whether it's the barista at your local coffee shop, or it's your Lyft or Uber driver, someone you meet in the waiting area at an airport. There are golden nuggets out there everywhere you learn, everywhere you go, every conversation you have, and just get in the habit of writing those down. I think is really good. The last thing I might want to leave with people, besides the building the personal brand and website and the wisdom journal, Dave, is that, and this is a weird one for some people. It was weird for me in the beginning, but I realized that we need to have credibility. If people are going to follow us, if people are going to be attracted to us, we have to have a sense of credibility. And there's nothing more powerful than the third-hand credibility. I mean, I could go out all day long and say, I'm awesome. But if other people aren't saying I'm awesome, it rings a little hollow, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so I'm a believer that now we ought to be seeking accolades and awards. And I'm not talking about the kind that you pay for. There are a lot of those crappy things out there, and I see right through them. So when I go to somebody's website and I see all these, and I'm going to use the word intentionally, stupid awards that you've paid for, that's not really an award. And if it's paid for, like I paid to be on this person's show, I'm sorry, this is me, I see through it, okay? I'm talking legitimate awards, okay? And there are plenty of those out there. Don't be afraid to apply for some of these awards, or have your PR person or your executive assistant apply on your behalf, right? The great thing about a lot of awards, whether it's Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year Award, or it's the Vetrepreneur of the Year Award, or Passkeys Foundations, or local chambers of commerce awards, Business of the Year, those types of things, those are all legitimate awards. And whenever those things go out, even during the nomination process, there's press that goes out. And so if it says, hey, pro website creators, so let's say that the Irvine Chamber of Commerce is doing a social impact award, and somebody nominates pro website creators, Dave, your company. Well, guess what? A press release goes out to all the area newspapers that list the nominees. And if it's one of those things where then there's a list of finalists, another press release goes out. Hey, pro website creators is among the top 3. Yeah. They're now finalists for this thing. And then when the awards thing happens, Dave, all of a sudden you win, you're up on stage, people are taking pictures, that goes out to social media. And then there's a follow-up article written about pro website creators doing great things in the community, right? And then one award leads to other awards, right? And so I can tell you, like now, when we apply for an award and we say, hey, here's our past credentials, they say, oh my gosh, these people have been vetted already, right? Yeah. And one of the things that we talk about all the time, Dave, is that people want to be on winning teams, right? And so if all of a sudden there's all this credibility, articles written on the company and the profiles of the principals, you're getting awards and recognitions throughout the, through the industry, through business, and frankly, even accolades from your state senators, local Congress people, so let's say, for instance, Dave, your business has been around for 10 years. You can contact or have your assistant contact your local congressperson's office and say, hey, this company turns 10 years old, which is a big deal in business, folks. You can get a citation from Congress that says, congratulations, signed by your congressperson. Really? And that can be hung in your office someplace. And it can go on part of your I love me wall that's in your office. So that at night, when you're by yourself and no one else is around and you're feeling sorry for yourself, you can go to your I love me wall and look at the articles and look at the awards that you've received, so that at some point in time, someone has recognized you for a job well done. That's for you. For your team members, when they see these things, it's like, yeah, I'm on this winning team. For new clients or new investors that come in, they say, oh my gosh, they've been recognized. There's a lot of good value from seeking awards and accolades. But listen, if you need to pay for them, fine.
Don't.
Fine. If that's what you need to do, fine. I recommend you don't do it, because people who know, I think it undermines your credibility, personally.
Yeah, and I think the best approach is, if you're going to seek the awards and accolades,
Make them legitimate.
yeah, make it legitimate, and that will make you a better company or a better person or whatever, right? Look and see what the requirements are and say, okay, I'm going to win that award in next year or the year after that, and strive towards it. I mean, that's one thing I thought of. The other thing is, if you go back, you've talked about the I Love Me Wall before, but you go to any kind of a sports arena where the teams won championships. What do? They put banners up of the year that they won the championship. And they also will put jerseys up of those people who have been their number retired.
That's right.
Right. They're hanging up their awards. So why do they do that? It's the reason that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. To show how, good we are, to remind ourselves that we are champions.
That's right.
And we have to do that constantly to ourselves. And we also need to be proactive and do it with our clients, right? Or our potential clients.
That's right. That's right.
And it's not about bragging, right? It's not. It's about saying, hey, we are champions. We are great at what we do. And you should use us because we are serving our clients great and amazing.
Well, I'm so glad you said this, Dave, because when you expand your influence in today's social media world, if you have flaws, if you are screwing over your clients, if you are bringing a crappy product to market, people are going to talk about it. So this will make you a better business person. It will make you a better business, because you're going to have to improve, because you will be under the microscope a lot more. So I'm just going to encourage people, if you want to expand your influence and take advantage of this Setting Out the Honeypot webinar, and you can find that by going to ugozi.com/honey. It's a free download for you. And there's an action guide in there as well. So do it.
Yes. Do it.
Yeah. And if you've got ideas on how to expand your influence, I'd love to hear from you, because we'll do version 3 of this at some point. We can include your ideas in there if we think that they're great ideas. But you know how to do this, right? Just go to the comment section of wherever you're listening or watching this thing, and tell us, give us some ideas, or send us a DM if you're that type of person as well. But the community is one of the most important parts of the HireMyVA and the Victory Masterclass or Masterclass program.
Agree. Okay.
Good.
All right. Well, the last reminder is, make sure you go to ugozi.com/honey and pick that up. We want you guys to do that and take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Remember, building a team is the way to reclaim your freedom. And we're, of course, here to help you with our course and community, our white glove service, where we help find a rockstar VA for you. All right. So 3 things we'd love for you to do right now, and we'd really appreciate it. Number 1, subscribe to this podcast. If you haven't already done so, either on your iPhone or your Android phone, or on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell next to it so you get reminders. And then number 2, give us a rating, preferably 5-star. As Larry said, leave a comment below the video, ask a question. Let's raise this up higher. The value of this podcast is great. We'll get it out to more people if you guys do it for us. Yep. And then number 3 is go to HireMyVA.com for more information on course and community and our white glove service. Because remember, even without experience, you learn how to prepare for, hire, and thrive with virtual assistants. Larry, we're helping people. We got a virtual spotlight session tomorrow. End of this week, we've got a Q&A session for those who are in our community that are just a blast. I learn a lot. You learn. It's just fun to come together as a community. You guys want to be involved in that? You really should. To find out more, go to HireMyVA.com. That's it.
That's right. So do yourselves a favor, do the world a favor, go do something significant today. God bless you, God keep you, and God hold you. All right, my friends, go get them. We'll see you next time.
Bye.